In part 2 of our interview with Maxis Bhd's incoming CEO Gökhan Ogut, we talk about its customers, how their demands from the telcos have matured, and whether 5G is truly a game changer or just a buzzword. Let's talk about people specifically, because I always say that people have a very love-hate relationship with their service providers. It's always like that. It's just the way it is. So how are you going to ensure that service levels are going to still be high, or your service levels are good enough that people will actually pick Maxis? Because if you look at complaints, if you look at all that, people still do not feel the love.
You are right in terms of the relationship that people have with their operators. I've been fortunate to be in different categories before telco, and telco is one category that is very highly involved, because we are in people's lives 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
Yes, then the relationship becomes really intimate. Maxis is known for its quality and trust, as I said, and the trust comes from quality, the network quality and the service quality, and that's why people are actually willing to pay more for Maxis. And part of our strategy is not just to increase our revenue base, but to do this in the unmatched Maxis personalized experience way, which we will continue to invest in our network to start with, which is the main driver of our experience. Okay. At the same time, we will continue to invest in our sales and service, retail points, and online and digital services. So in order to make sure that we are leading in the experience area also.
So when you say leading in the experience area, what will an average sort of Maxis user, what is the experience that keeps them coming back?
There are different ways to look at it. As I said, definitely the network experience is the number one.
Of course.
And we are continuously investing in the network and also continuously looking at different network experience pieces, for example, video experience on network and how we're doing and trying to improve that. Second part of the experience is the experience that you get in our retail stores and our service centers, both call center and also our apps that you get digital service. Those are the areas that we will continue to invest and excel to.
So recently Maxis signed an MOU with Huawei, 5G of course, and you yourself said that 5G now seems real. It's no longer a concept or an idea. So how do you intend to use 5G in order to kind of win people over, or like expand or please your current base as well?
We are really happy, first of all, about the MOU, because that shows our commitment and our will to accelerate 5G in Malaysia, which I also personally believe that is important. Malaysia shouldn't be left behind this technology. There are few areas that we see 5G as being transformative. Starting with the less transformative areas, yes, it's a faster network that we will be able to use our internet on our mobile faster and more data. This goes back to our, for example, video experience. We'll be able to watch on bigger screens, more higher resolution videos, etc. So it's more of an extension of the 4G experience, a better 4G experience. But what's more exciting is what we'll be able to do, especially in the enterprise area, especially in, for example, health, transportation, agriculture, because of the certain qualities of 5G. For example, latency. It's becoming more and more real-time internet experience.
Yes.
With no gap in between your internet response times, which will make, for example, Industry 4.0 is one of the areas that we've been talking a lot, but is it a reality? I believe it will be even a reality with 5G. 5G in manufacturing, real-timeness of 5G. Or we've been talking about autonomous cars. 5G will really enable us, the cars and the things around the cars, be able to talk to each other in real time, so that it is a reality. So those are the exciting things that are coming with 5G.
Okay. So what will all these changes, this converged move, actually mean for your current crop of customers? I am also talking in the fact that governments are calling for cheaper, faster connections as well. Will pricing change, or are you happy to keep where you are now and just like give your customers more services that maybe they didn't even realize they needed?
The idea of from just a mobile connectivity player to a converged services player definitely requires what you just said as last, being able to offer on top of what they have more and more services, both for consumers and for enterprises. That's where we would like to continue to excel, and this is where we see actually the growth potential for Maxis too.
And then, of course, the capex of 1 billion over the next 3 years. We touched on it a little bit, right? You want to improve the apps, the services, the way that you connect. Where else is that 1 billion capex going to go?
Over the next 3 years, our commitment is to spend 1 billion ringgit on top of the core capex, as we call it, which we have given guidance for next year, for example, at 1 billion. The areas that we would like to spend this incremental capex is few areas, starting with fiber for our enterprise customers, fiber for 5G readiness, and also for the NFCP plan that government has announced. Second part of it is around digital solutions, like you said, to have a better experience. But more importantly, more of it will be on customer-driven capex. The more enterprise customers we start working with and providing them services on top of their connectivity, there will be capex related to these orders, okay, which will come together with the demand. That's where will most of this 1 billion be spent.
Is it going to be enough, or do you want to spend more? Can you spend more?
That's a very good question. I think 1 billion over 3 years on top of what we already have is quite a strong commitment, and we are confident that it will help us to get to the 10 billion ringgit revenue in 2023 behind this investment.